Oh, Nina, hello there. It's your favorite future sister-in-law here. Thank you so much for the wonderful share that you put on today. I love the vegetables and rice you make because it tastes so delicious. Above all, it helps you stick to the household budget, right? Hello, Natalie. You're welcome, I guess, but I'm sorry, I don't quite get what you're getting at. Could you please clear this up for me and tell me what you actually want to say? What are you even on about? Did I do something? Didn't you realize that I made the rice and vegetables especially for you to feel welcome? You're my neighbor, and you're also my younger brother's fiance, so I want us to get along. That's why I gave you that food. I didn't think I'd get a lot of money each month. What's all that supposed to mean? I am so confused right now. When you put it like that, it makes me sound like I'm begging you for food. Do you think I'm that desperate? To be honest, it comes off a little bit like that these days, Natalie. You drop by here without letting me know you're coming and ask for a share of my food. Then you won't leave until I give you something. To be honest, it's rather annoying, and sometimes it makes me anxious. You think that's annoying? What a horrible thing to say. It would be such a waste to throw all the leftover vegetables that you've got into the garden or in the trash. Don't you think I'm helping you by taking your food with me? That's why we aren't wasting food, and I'm helping you eat it all up. Wait, what? Why are you bringing this up, Natalie? Well, since you're living alone, you wouldn't be able to reduce the amount of food and other vegetables you cook without giving it to someone else, right? It's such a waste to not give the food to someone. So don't be like, why are you talking about this to me? If you continue to be so narrow-minded, you won't be able to marry anyone. I don't see what me being single has to do with me cooking. What are you getting at? But there are so many connections when it comes to the things you do. You should take this as an opportunity to look at yourself in the mirror and reconsider things. Otherwise, marriage for you will keep being put off until no one wants to be with you. Huh? Why are you jumping from one subject to the next? Why are you criticizing me so much? Well, people who are good at cooking and growing things in their garden are in high demand. A woman who's got a lot of those characteristics get married really early, right? However, you're still a miserable single lady, Nina. Once you reach the age of 35, women like you become so narrow-minded. I've only just recognized why you're still single just now. If I was really that narrow-minded, Natalie, you'd not receive any food from me, and I'd keep it to myself. The fact that I share vegetables and other dishes with you is a great thing. My heart's as big as the ocean, and I love giving to others. Maybe that's just something that you'll never understand about me, and that's fine, but don't criticize me all the time about it. Then why haven't you gotten married? There's no way a man would leave a woman to be single if they're such a good cook. I suppose no one has any interest in being with an old and wrinkly 35-year-old like you. I hope someone as kind as myself appears in front of you soon. It would be such a waste to leave you single while a wonderful man is wandering around looking for his perfect wife. I'll be coming over again next month to get my share of your food so it doesn't go to waste. It's the summertime, so I'm looking forward to being able to eat the watermelons and other fruits growing in your garden.
Hi there, Nina. I just wanted to send you a message saying I'm really sorry about what happened today. It seems like Natalie just decided it was her right to take your food from your house. I can't believe that she took such a large amount of vegetables and other dishes from you.
Yeah, I finally told her what I think about it today. I told it to her straight that it was such a nuisance of her to just be coming over without telling me. She just keeps coming over whenever she feels like it, but when it comes to her, she doesn't listen to anything I say at all. She told me that she was going to come by next month as well.
I've also told her many times that you've got to ask to go over instead of just dropping by. She's completely burdening you by going over there and just taking the food that you work so hard to make. I've told her over and over again to stop causing trouble for my sister. But I also get the same treatment that you do. She doesn't listen to me at all either.
I was told that it would be a waste since there are leftovers anyway and no one else will eat them. She claims that I'm living off my own poor leftovers.
She very much thinks she's doing the right thing, but she's just being pushy and wanting your food. I'm so sorry about what she said to you, Nina.
Even though I'm trying to take care of the people around me, she's still looking down on me like I'm filth. She was teasing me again today about my age and how I'm single. It's got nothing to do with her what my life's like.
What the heck? Why does she think she's got the right to question you or treat you in that way?
I've been hiding a few things from you, but lately her behavior has gotten really bad, so I needed to tell you. I'm sorry, but if you're seriously going to get married to a woman like her, I'll have to consider going out with someone so she'll get off my case. It's mentally tough to stick together for a long time, especially when your in-laws are treating you like crap.
Yeah, I guess there's not much choice in the matter. But I'll also be a little more cautious around Natalie, in case she steps out of line. The wedding ceremony's coming up, so maybe I'm just on a high about wanting to love her and marry her, so I don't see what she's really like.
If she didn't treat me like she does, she's actually a really nice and happy lady. For the time being, I'm just going to try and keep my distance from her, at least until she calms down a little bit. Hey, I'm trying to get in touch with you. Natalie, can you please answer me? Why have I been kicked out of the wedding venue? How is there no way for me to get inside? Please, hurry up and let me in, otherwise I'm going to miss everything. Oh, Nina, I'm just so sorry. I'd like people who are not suitable guests for the wedding celebration to refrain from attending the ceremony. I'm sorry that this decision has been made without your knowledge and it's such short notice, but you can go home now. So, can you please leave the venue? Are you seriously kidding me right now, Natalie? You're saying that I need to go home now? What do you mean that some guests aren't invited to attend? Don't you realize that I'm the groom's big sister? I have never heard of anyone's relative getting kicked out of a family wedding before. But Nina, aren't you still a miserable single person? It doesn't really go with what we wanted for the ceremony. Even if you're a relation to the groom, I want to avoid people like you. What's that even supposed to mean? Why are you using me being single as an excuse to kick me out of the ceremony? Because weddings are for celebrating the happy couple while also being surrounded by other happy couples. It's a place for husbands and wives to commit to each other and to express their eternal love for one another. And you wouldn't understand because you're single and choose to be alone. Don't you realize that this isn't the place for you to be? How dare you say that? Are you kidding me, Natalie? That's a terrible thing to say. I only just realized this today, okay? All the guests that were invited have wonderful partners or are married. Amongst all of those guests, you're the only one who's single. If you were staying around in a place like this trying to mingle, wouldn't you get super jealous? I'm just trying to do you a favor here. I'm saving your own skin from embarrassment. This is so unbelievable. I just don't fully understand your reasoning for doing this, Natalie. Did you really kick me out of the ceremony for this stupid reason? Hey, I'm being dead serious here. Only happy people should come to a wedding ceremony like this. In such a place, people who come and are single give off bad vibes. I don't want the only wedding I'll ever have be tainted by negative people and them moaning about being alone. Your wedding wouldn't even be tainted as I don't give off any negative vibes at all. That's not true at all. You give off such a miserable and negative aura. I can see it from miles away. Just having someone like you hanging around brings sadness and depression to everyone in the room. A woman who's still on the market is so out of place in a ceremony like this. Fine. Have it your way then, Natalie. I'll just go home. Ah, okay then. Just leave the congratulatory present behind so we can pick it up on our way out, okay? As always, you're so crude. I'll just leave the gift on the ground and go home as you wish for me to do. But if you ask me to come back later on, I won't do it. That makes no sense. What are you talking about? Why would I ask you something like that for anyway? In fact, I feel so relieved that the person who caused such a nuisance has disappeared. Now I can be happy and my wedding will be full of joy and love. Nina, I really need you to come back to the wedding venue right now. Oh, I can't believe this. My father's so angry. This isn't good. Oh, I wonder what's gone wrong. What's going on over there? For some reason, he suddenly noticed that you weren't here and he started making a huge fuss. So when I told him I said to her to go home, he got super angry. He started screaming and said that the wedding was to be canceled immediately. He told me to his own daughter that it's not worth marrying a woman like me if I'm going to do something like this. Oh my, that's actually crazy. He sounds extremely angry then. Your father's usually so calm about these things. What's gotten into him? What am I supposed to do? Why did my own father get so angry about kicking you out of the wedding? You know, he's got a point, because I also don't know why you'd do that to me either. Maybe your brain has turned to mush because you were so excited that you found a way to only have happy couples at the wedding and then you'd be happy? What the heck is that supposed to mean? You think that doing something like this isn't normal? Well, any normal parent would get angry over something like this. You kicked me out of the venue for silly reasons. His own daughter kicked out the groom's older sister for such a stupid reason. I can see why he's angry with you. Apart from that, I feel totally in his debt now with him understanding how insane your actions have been. On top of that, I also hid how you've been treating me from our parents. If they found out what you really wanted, it would be an inconvenience to you. So you did this without saying anything to your parents. No wonder they're angry after they saw I wasn't at the venue. What? Now just hold on a minute. How do you know about what I was thinking? I ended up telling your parents everything you've done to me, that you've been forcibly taking the food I cook from my house. I heard you also brought the food over to your parents' house and told them that you were the one that cooked all that food. What are you even saying? I didn't lie to my parents. How do you even know all that? Before the wedding ceremony started, I went over to greet and have a little chat with your parents. At that time, we started talking about you. They told me that you'd recently gotten into home gardening and cooking, which made no sense to me. You told them that girls change a lot when they get married, but when I asked for more details, I ended up telling them it was me who made all that food. When I told them the truth, they started to panic a little, as you've never been the one to lie. You're the one making up lies. Did you just confess everything to them? I definitely thought that your parents were misunderstanding the whole situation. I never thought that you'd be actively lying to them. Tisk tisk, Natalie, you must never tell lies to your parents. But how could you sell me out like that? Then you go ahead and kick me out of your wedding just because I'm single. It's ridiculous. It's no wonder your parents are furious at you for lying and then kicking me out of the venue. I looked out for you and took care of you, but you just treated me like crap and looked down on me. All because I was single. On top of that, you told me to leave your gift behind and told me to go home. You care more about gifts than people, Natalie. I didn't really mean to. It was just a joke. Just please come back to the wedding venue so we can continue with the ceremony. And it will also appease my parents, so please come back here. Both of them are quite angry. I've never seen them this angry before, and I can't help but do anything to fix it. If things continue like this, the wedding might actually get canceled, like, no joke. I told you before, Natalie, I wasn't going to come back to the venue no matter what happened. You know that you agreed to that, right? Yes, but my wedding could actually get canceled because of something so silly. Well, that's your problem. I just plan to laze around at home now. I hope the wedding, which only happens usually once in a person's life, goes smoothly. Are you trying to ruin me or something? Nina, what happened yesterday? Why did you really not come back to help me out? This is all your fault that my wedding didn't go the way it was supposed to. After my father got angry at me for kicking you out of the wedding ceremony, he gave me no choice and canceled my wedding in front of everybody there. What happened to your wedding shouldn't be blamed on me. You were the one that lied about everything, and I just spoke the truth to your parents. Cut the crap, Nina. You were trying to sabotage everything for me because you're that kind of person. It's because you did so many unnecessary things to me. My mom and dad were worried about my marriage. That's why I sent them food and vegetables to make them feel less anxious about the whole thing. I was just showing my parents the love and respect that they needed. Then you go and ruin all that. But you don't use someone else's meals and vegetables to show that. It was my cooking you were giving them, not your own. What you were doing was wrong in the first place by taking what isn't yours and making it come off as your own. Oh my God, Nina, just shut up. You're such a miserable and single old hag. I don't want to be told this by the person who thinks I'm not respecting my parents. Are you kidding me? You're the one who's been lying to them, okay? Would you quit it with the stuff about me being miserable and single, please? Well, that's why you'll be single no matter how long it takes to find you a man. You always snitch on people. Don't get so carried away with your crap just because you're good at cooking and can grow vegetables. It's not much of an exciting thing. I was almost able to get married even without learning how to do that. If anyone is the worst daughter, it's you. You're a miserable, single, 35-year-old that can't hold down a man. You're such a stupid daughter for lying to your parents. How are you still saying so much nonsense about me? Because I can. What are you getting at?
It's because of you that we're here today, talking to each other, and you begging Nina to do something about what you've done. But you, oh no, you turn everything on me, even though you're the one who got angry yesterday. You still haven't reflected on what you did to make things happen the way they did. Then you decide to continue to make fun of Nina. I've had enough of your crap, Natalie.
Wait just a minute. Is that you, Dad? Why the heck are you using Nina's phone for?
I came over here to apologise to her in your place, since you're too stubborn to. Your mother and I came over to apologise for what our stupid little daughter did. How could you lie to us like this?
But, Dad, I was just trying to look like a good daughter.
Nina was so kind to actually accept our apology. She didn't have to do that, but she did. She then showed us her garden. When we told her that we had started a garden after we retired and that we had been unsuccessful, we thanked her for the advice she gave us on how to grow vegetables. Why would you treat someone as kind as Nina like you have? We taught you better than that.
I just can't believe that you're not taking your own daughter's side in this.
The vegetables you so brazenly took from her took a lot of time and effort to grow. I got it for free, and you didn't even pay her back for it. And you don't even thank her for it, you just took it as your own. On top of that, you constantly look down on her for being single. It's pathetic, Natalie.
This isn't what it looks like, Dad, I swear. That's just how we are, you see? It's the way we communicate.
What's that even supposed to mean, Natalie?
Even though we're sisters-in-law, we're sisters, right? You can say anything you want to a sister. That's why I don't thank her for many things. Even if you're a single person, it's just the way we communicate with each other. We just joke around.
You think this is how you should treat a sister? Are you kidding me, Natalie? You realise that your marriage is in jeopardy now because of how you treated Nina, right?
Huh? No way, really? But I hardly said anything that bad to her.
Beside us being here, Carl's here as well, to apologise to Nina for how you've acted.
Are you serious? Cole's there as well? Please don't involve him in this, Dad.
He also told me that he doesn't want to go through the marriage anymore.
Are you kidding me? That's not fair. I didn't do anything.
You treated his sister like crap, Natalie. Think back on what you've done. You've been so rude. Think about how many people's feelings you've hurt. I'm not going to interfere with the couple's problems, but whatever the outcome is, it's your own fault. Even if you come to our house crying, I don't intend on letting you in.
Nina, what am I supposed to do? I can't get a hold of Cole. Where is he? He's not breaking up with me, right? Cole's still at my house. He's going to move out and live here for a while. That's why he came over to ask to stay at mine. What? He wants to live apart from me, but I really need to talk to him. Look, I don't know if Cole will break up with you or not, but he needs his space. But he put the marriage registration papers through the shredder, so I think you've got your answer. Are you kidding me? Why would he do that to me? I'm definitely not ready to break up with him. Why is this happening? I just wanted to begin my marriage with a happy wedding surrounded by happy couples, and you've gone and ruined it. I hardly said anything bad to you, and so what? I took some of your vegetables for my parents and myself. It's not like you needed them. That's not the point, Natalie. You'd come over without my permission and took what you pleased. I might be single, but I'm happy and you need to back off. Just help me get back Cole. I need him. He's all I've got now. Please tell him to come back home. Your problems are not mine to fix. You need to reflect on how rude you've been to me and your parents. You can do that thinking all on your own. Good luck with that. A short while later, a discussion was had in the presence of both families. Natalie apparently came by with a tearful apology and a 150-page essay on what she did wrong. She said she decided to stay away to reflect on what she did. During that time, Cole was living at my house. I've been doing a lot of business trips lately, so he's been very helpful with taking care of the vegetables in my garden. He told me that I always make the most delicious food, and he helped pay for the food costs. As for Natalie, she rented an apartment near her parents during the separation period. While helping her parents in their vegetable garden, she was bossed around by her strict parents. I don't know if she regrets what she did, but all the vegetables she sends us are fresh and delicious. I guess she wasn't such a bad gardener after all. Hey there, Cynthia. It's so great to finally get to talk to my big sister-in-law. I'm your brother Carl's wife, Shauna. What? My brother's wife? Oh, now that you mention it, I think one of my old high school friends mentioned to me a while back that he got married. It's nice to meet you, Shauna. Same to you, Cynthia. If you don't mind me asking, how did you get my number? I bet you've probably heard this from my brother, but he's not my biological brother. He's actually my second cousin or something. We're related, but only barely. They just took me in after my parents died when I was young. I call them my parents and brother because, well, they're the only family I know. We never really got along well, though. I have all their phone numbers just in case I need to contact them, but the moment I turned 18 and started a life on my own, they all blocked my number. Oh, wow. Really? Wow, I had no idea. So anyway, there's something I need you to help me out with. What is it? Okay, so a little while ago, I got a job at a company that's pretty close to where you live in your city. I work from 9 to 5, and I need someone to look after my kid when I'm at work, and that's where you come in. What? I heard that you're single and have a job where you work from home, right? That means you have way more free time on your hands than someone who actually goes into work like me, right? So I thought it wouldn't be too much trouble for you. Shauna, hold up just 1 second. Oh, don't worry, I already got your address. It shouldn't be too difficult to find. Shauna, I've never taken care of a kid in my entire life. I can't watch yours for you. Oh, really? In that case, this will be the perfect opportunity for you to accustom yourself to taking care of children. Isn't that great? It's a win-win situation. Shauna, listen to me. No, I cannot look after your kid. I am way too busy. Oh, come on. What else are you going to do with your time? You're single and work at home. My relationship and work status are totally irrelevant. So anyway, I just left her in the doorway to your apartment 2 minutes ago. Thanks a bunch. I'll see you later tonight. You what? Shauna! You actually abandoned your kid in front of my apartment door? What on earth were you thinking? I already told you what I was thinking. I'm working, you're free. So I'm leaving my kid with you to take care of while I'm at work. It's that simple. How old is this kid anyway? Like 4 or 5 months? I may not be a childcare expert, but this kid looks like she's practically a newborn. I think she's like about 2 months, give or take. 2 months? No. This is not happening. I can't take care of a baby that young. Sorry, Cynthia, but I just clocked into work. No turning back now. You have got some nerve, Shauna. I'll see you in 8 hours. Have fun! Shauna, get back here! Shauna, this has to stop. You left your baby on my doorstep again? Yep, thanks for always taking such good care of her. I really appreciate it. Shauna, listen to me. This stops today. You've been doing this to me for a full week now. This baby is only 2 months old. She needs her mother with her, and I am not her mother. How could you just leave such a vulnerable baby with me? Are you out of your mind? And like I told you, I have my own work to be doing. I'm in the middle of a big project that's due in a short time. I'm up to my eyeballs in work, and I have zero time to spend caring for your baby. Please, Shauna, I know you're in a tough position, but so am I. You need to find someone else, okay? Listen, Cynthia, you're not fooling anyone. I know you work at home, and I know what that means. It means you can't possibly have any really important work to do, unlike me. Get it? It's in society's best interest that you help me out here. I'm sure you'd like to be spending more time playing video games or whatever it is you do while pretending to work, but wouldn't you like to do something to benefit society for once in your life? Honestly, you should be thanking me for giving you the opportunity to do something that's actually meaningful with your life. What are you talking about? I don't spend all day playing computer games. I am working. Just because I'm not going into an office to do my job doesn't mean I don't have duties, deadlines, bosses, clients, everything. I'm being serious right now. I cannot do this anymore. I'm having to spend all morning and afternoon looking after your baby, so I have to put off all my work until night. I barely slept at all this week. I am absolutely losing my mind over here, and my deadline is getting closer every day. And now you know what working mothers have to deal with every day. This is going to be super valuable opportunity for you. I know it. Stop trying to dodge the issue. That's not what this is about. Kate, just got to my office. Gotta go, Cynthia. See you later. Thanks again for taking such good care of my little angel. Shauna, please, I can't take this anymore.
Hey, Cynthia. It's been way too long since we've talked. It's me, Carl.
What?
Your little brother, Carl, remember?
Oh, I was pretty sure you all had blocked me.
I'm sorry to message you so suddenly like this. I just unblocked you a little bit ago.
What could you possibly want now?
Cynthia, I wanted to tell you that I'm sincerely sorry for everything that happened.
Well, it's appreciated, but what's brought this on?
I only blocked you because Mom and Dad made me. I had no choice but to do as they said. I didn't want to block you. You're my sister. I love you. I wanted to keep a normal sibling relationship.
Carl, what's going on?
I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't know about any of this, but being an only child, I was really, really happy to have a big sister. If it were my choice, I would have kept things going just like they were, but like I said, Mom and Dad made me block you, and they checked my phone every day to make sure I wasn't contacting you without them knowing.
Wow, that must have been hard for you. But I guess I can understand why things would happen that way. My parents never got along with your mom and dad back before they died. I couldn't even remember the last time I had seen you guys when the day came that you had to take me into your home.
Yeah, my parents told me I wasn't allowed to play with you or even be nice to you. And I know it's way too late, but I really wanted to tell you how sorry I am. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart.
Thanks for telling me how you feel, Carl. I forgive you. It wasn't your fault.
Thanks, Cynthia. So, the reason I wanted to talk to you today is that my parents are getting divorced.
Divorced?
My wife Shauna and I had been living together with my parents in their house, but their divorce has been so chaotic that we decided to take the opportunity to get the hell out of there, and we moved over to your city.
Oh. Huh.
If it's okay with you, I'd like to try and put our relationship back together. We could invite Shauna along and go out for dinner, go on trips, make it feel like we're brother and sister again.
Wow. Well, I really appreciate that you feel that way. But if we're going to start fresh, there's one matter that needs to be taken care of before anything else.
What is it? I'll do anything. You name it.
It's about your kid.
Oh, wait. My kid? What about my kid?
Shauna's been dropping your kid off at my house every single day for the last week and making me babysit for her while she's at work. I need you to talk to her and make her knock that off.
What?
Yeah, like I said, it's been going on for an entire week now. And the baby's only 2 months old. I know she's my niece and all, but I have to put my foot down here. I have work to do. I can't watch your daughter during the day. And the only reason I haven't either gone insane or collapsed from exhaustion until now is because my landlord is the kindest woman I've ever met who agreed to help me out when she can. If not for her, I don't even want to think about what sort of state I'd be in. I tried to talk to Shauna about this, but she just doesn't listen to a word I say.
Wait a minute. Niece? Daughter? What are you talking about?
Huh? What do you mean, what am I talking about? She's your daughter, I'm your sister, that makes her my niece.
Cynthia, our child is a boy, so he's my son and your nephew.
What?
And he's not 2 months old, he's 4 months old.
This isn't making any sense. So, wait, if your kid is a boy, then who is this girl I've been babysitting for this week?
Is the baby at your place right now?
Yeah. She's taking a nap in the other room right now.
I'd like to take a look for myself, so is it okay if Shauna and I come over there together?
What the? Is Shauna with you right now?
Well, yeah, she's been here with me all day.
She's not at work?
Nah, she's off on maternity leave. I took paid leave from work so I could get us completely moved out of my folks' house as soon as possible.
Then we've got a bit of a problem. Shauna's been telling me the reason she needs me to look after the baby is because she's working 9 to 5.
Okay, so either my wife has learned how to teleport, or we've got an imposter on our hands. This is looking to be a pretty interesting day.
Interesting? I'm terrified.
Okay, don't worry. We'll head over there right now.
Do you know my address?
Yeah, you've sent us a Christmas card every year, haven't you? Well, last year I managed to get the mailbox before my parents did, found your card, and copied down your address.
Wow, that's resourceful of you.
Right? So, yeah, we'll be over there soon.
Okay, I'll be waiting. Hey, what did you do? I was just about to drop my kid off at your place when I got caught by my parents and husband. Good morning. I gotta hand it to you. You totally had me convinced you were Shauna. Uh-oh. But you're not Shauna, and I'm not your sister-in-law, right? You're Shauna's older sister, Jenna. You figured that out? Yep. How? Your family all blocked you, right? There was no way for them to contact you. I thought you'd never find out. As a matter of fact, my brother Carl messaged me just yesterday asking to rebuild our relationship. Seriously? And I also had the pleasure of meeting the real Shauna as well. Oh, come on! Yesterday evening, I gave your daughter back to you like normal, but that was only so we could confirm your identity. Carl and the real Shauna were watching you on my front door security camera, and they got a very good look at your face. Shauna knew right away it was you, her older sister Jenna. And once she confirmed your identity, she immediately jumped into action. She called your parents and your husband and told them what had been going on with you for the last week. And that's how things wound up like they did this morning, from what Shauna said. It seemed like you had visited her at their house sometime after Christmas. I suppose you must have seen my Christmas card and copied down my address just like Carl did, but how did you get my phone number? Did you actually steal it off of one of their phones? No. Look, Jenna, there's really no use in hiding anymore. I know you're not Shauna. I know why you've been shoving your kid onto me. I know everything. Fine. I heard about how you had a bad relationship with his parents at their wedding, so I figured I might be able to use the situation to my advantage. But my God, that moron Carl had to go and pick the worst possible timing to contact you, after I worked so hard to keep up the ruse. Okay, seriously now, did you actually think that you'd be able to get away with this stunt of yours forever? You would have gotten found out eventually, one way or another. In any case, I think you'd better go and have a talk with your husband and parents. Oh, and one more thing, I am never taking care of your kid for you again. What's your problem? It's not like you've got anything better to do. You're such a pampered, spoiled brat. Working from home? Yeah, right. You're just sitting around watching TV and eating snacks all day, aren't you? There's no reason you can't watch my kid for a few hours. You lazy jerk. Hey, what gives? Why are you in your apartment anymore? I tried ringing your doorbell, but then some old lady came out saying she was the landlord and that she'd call the police if I didn't leave. You moved? Why? What do you want? My husband divorced me, and it gets worse. I lost custody of my daughter. Ah, so it would seem that he also found out that you'd been cheating on him then? You said you were leaving your kid with me because you had to go to work. But you were actually just going to see your boyfriend, weren't you? How did you... And then you tried to claim that the girl's father was actually your boyfriend's, not your husband's, but he had a paternity test done. And lo and behold, she is, in fact, your husband's daughter. Oh, excuse me, ex-husband's daughter. And because of this, your boyfriend broke up with you too. Do I have all that right? How did you know all of that? Well, after all that misery you caused me, I was very eager to hear every single minute detail from Carl and Shauna about how quickly your life had spiraled downhill since then. You're a real sociopath, you know that? How can you be enjoying the pain and suffering you caused me? You're gonna have to take responsibility for all this. Excuse me? It's your fault that I got divorced, your fault that I lost custody of my daughter, and your fault that I got thrown out of my parents' house. This is all your responsibility, so you're gonna pay for it. Tell me where you moved. I'm gonna crash with you for a while until I get things figured out. No. Why not? I am not gonna let you in my house just so you can steal anything that has valued upon for cash. Damn it. I presume your husband is suing you for your affair and child support, right? Your parents referred you to that one company, didn't they? If I were you, I wouldn't balk at the chance to have your rent covered while also being able to make some money to start chipping away at your debts. But that place is really, really, really strict. I don't want to work there. Okay, well, if you're not willing to take the job that's been offered to you, then I don't see why I should have to take care of you. You won't even take care of yourself. You're an awful person, a real black-hearted scumbag. You impersonated your sister and forced a total stranger to look after your child so you could go and cheat on your husband. I don't think you're in any sort of position to call someone a black-hearted scumbag. What was I supposed to do? I can't take my kid over to see my boyfriend. She would have totally killed the mood. I see now that this conversation isn't going to go anywhere. If losing your husband, daughter, and parents isn't enough to slap some sense into you, nothing I could say would either. Goodbye. Hey, don't be that way. Come on, Cynthia. You gotta do something. Help me. When Jenna texted me, it seems that she was in the middle of trying to run away from some friends of her parents. I told Carl and Shauna that Jenna had been looking for me at my old apartment, and they were kind enough to relay that information on to the friends who were looking for her. Just about 30 minutes later, I got another message from Carl that simply said, "They got her." I only found out what happened to her after that when I was finally able to meet up with Carl under normal circumstances and have a normal conversation. Jenna's parents have certain connections, including a company that operates a remotely located factory specializing in monitoring its employees' lives. She'll be working there until she's paid off every last cent of her colossal debts. As for Jenna, I left her number unblocked because I was mildly entertained by the desperate pleas for help she would send me. But eventually, those pleas turned into her just hurling foul language at me, so I decided my fun was over and told Carl about it. He messaged me a little while later saying it's been taken care of. And just like that, the messages from Jenna completely stopped. Now that the whole ordeal with Jenna is over, I can finally get back to work on finishing my project in peace and quiet.